Hello and welcome to Old Faithful, kind of, with your host Matt Trask and the only person on camera. If you notice that I'm wearing the same clothing, we shot 2 episodes back to back. We are in fact cheating. My thanks again to Haggerty's Music Work and the incomparable Johnny Hastings. I cannot say enough good things about Johnny Hastings. Thank you so much for videoing me and editing me. My thanks to Black Hills Blend Espresso. I've got a coffee off camera. They are still open. Because they're a drive-through location. They're doing their best to stay hygienic and healthy during this time. So what can we talk about today on the show? Being it's just me. This is difficult, and my absolute thanks to all the guests who have been on this show. I really leaned on them, and I liked having them. This is hard to do by myself. Here's something we can talk about, I guess. What happened to your eye, Matthew? Why do you never quite know where the camera is? And why, when you're talking to the guest on the show, does it often appear that you're talking to the back wall? I was born with an anterovenous malformation in my right cerebellum, and I will explain that as best I can in layman's terms. Anterovenous malformation more or less means a blood clot. I was born with a blood clot back here, which burst when I was 9 months old, essentially causing me to have a stroke. When I was 9 months old, don't feel bad for me. I was just a baby. I don't even remember it. And so when that burst, it was kind of surrounding my right optic nerve. And this is a medical term. It messed up my right, that's what it says on the report, messed up my right optic nerve. That is also part of the reason that is the reason I play guitar left-handed. I had always wanted to play guitar. I believe I mentioned that in the previous episode. And so my mom and dad bought me a guitar when I was 12 years old. And I tried mightily to play guitar right-handed for 14 years. And it just wasn't working. And what wasn't working was I didn't have the rhythm in my right hand. And finally, a plumber from Chadron, Nebraska suggested that I turn the guitar around. Thank you, Jody. He was right. And so I relearned the guitar. At about 24 years old, I started relearning the guitar, and it immediately felt like the correct thing to do. I also immediately thought, well, I'm going to be a terrible slide guitar player for the rest of my life. And I have come way farther than I ever thought I would in my left-handed guitar playing, while at the same time I will never be as good as I ever want to be, which I think makes me a real guitarist, because I don't think that any of us are as good as we want to be. Back to the songs. I've written a few of them. I hope that that I don't run out of songs before this quarantine is over, and I look forward to having guests back here on Old Faithful. But in the meantime, me and Gene will do the best to entertain you. Here is a song. Here's what I can say about this song. I was separated from my wife 4 years ago, and we got divorced 3 years ago. And since then, I have not had a girlfriend. I've been out on a few dates. Thank you to all the women who've gone on dates with me. I'm not complaining. I don't mean to complain, maybe a little. But the point is that there's a big kind of thing in music right now, right authentic from your life experience. This is not an authentic song at all. Yeah, I'm a total fraud when I sing this song. My brain wrote it. I have no idea where it came from. So here we go. I like the way that you looked the day that we met. You left an impression on me I'll never forget. I like the way you called my number when I gave it to you. And when you're gone, I love missing you. You know I'm gonna talk about you when I'm out with the guys. Pretend that I can live without you, but we know that's a lie. I like dancing with you downtown at night, and I like coffee with you in the morning light. I really like the way that you get when you've had a few. And when you're gone, I love missing you. I might have had a woman or two to kiss, but I've never had a woman that I miss. Someday the kids will grow up and move away, and maybe you'll go to visit and I'll have to say, and you'll go take the babies to the Denver Zoo. And while you're gone, I love missing you. I like the way that you look the day that we met. Dr. Scholl says, wash your hands.